Hey, this is Katy Jeter with the Public Affairs Program here on KNDY. This week I sat down with Janet Zayas, who has formed a committee for the 250th year of the country being established that will take place next year.
Well, I am a member of the Daughters of the American Revolution, and of course their whole focus is service and American history. So they, along with the federal level or the whole United States, formed a America 250 committee, and they're represented on the national committee. So it's kind of filtered down to us through the DAR. So they're at the national level, they're coordinating with all kinds of agencies and stuff, that committee. And so the states have been a little slow in responding, not necessarily the DAR at the state level, but, the states. So Kansas does have a committee now, but they haven't reached down to the lower levels yet. And if you're going to do something kind of significant, you need a lead-in time to get the funds and the plans and the people and all that together. So I decided I would just initiate a volunteer group, American 250 group. And since I'm in Marshall County, it just seemed logical to start with the towns and the different organizations within the county. It's not county-sponsored. It's totally volunteer. So we've met a couple of times. And what it is it's a steering committee. The committee itself isn't going to put on any big fanfare program. We're there as influencers to help the towns and the cities and the organizations with their plans. So coordinating schedules and helping with fundraising and publicity and that sort of thing. Brainstorming ideas, getting the enthusiasm going, that sort of thing.
Janet hopes to get some people with special skills on the committee.
Well, the committee itself, if you get too big of a committee, it gets difficult to coordinate. So Wayne Frizzy and I talked about it and decided to have the town send a representative that can have their own town committee when they go back home. So that would limit it to the number of people, the town people that we have. And then we also want to include a few individuals with special skills like marketing, publicity, that sort of thing. So I've reached out to Sarah Kessinger at the newspaper. I haven't heard back yet, but she might like to be on the steering committee. I'm sure she's a wealth of information. And I also talked to Max and asked if that was something he'd be interested in being on. So far, we've met every other month, but it won't be long where we'll probably should meet at least once a month. So we can keep the meetings, fairly efficient with a smaller number of people. So I have a representative from Waterville, Vermilion, Frankfort. We're still looking for somebody for some of the other places. And I'm not sure yet if Wayne wants to be the one from Marysville, but I reached out to him first because he knows a whole lot more people than I do.
Nothing has been planned yet since it is over a year away.
No, right now we're planning for the organizations and towns to have something for next year.
It will definitely be during the 4th of July weekend.
Oh, definitely, because that is the birthday, and it happens that it's a 3-day weekend. It's a 3-day holiday. Because the 4th is on Saturday, then you have Sunday, and Monday is the legal holiday. So, my idea is it would be cool if some of, like, say, the 3 largest towns had a major event on each of those days so that somebody in the county could go to all 3 of them, with a big event was in Marysville on Saturday and then another big event in Blue Rapids or Waterville or Frankfort or something, the next 2 days, they would have a lot of choices.
Janet would like to see a lot more organizations get involved.
Well, we're calling ourselves America 250 Steering Committee. The Frankfurt people are well on board. They've actually had something in their paper. We might reach out to some potential donors to see. I know, like with fireworks and stuff, they're getting more and more expensive, things like that. So we're open to suggestions. We're a think tank. So if you have any good ideas but we would like to see all the organizations like the Cub Scouts and the Boy Scouts plan something, the Lions Club and the Rotary plan something and the Legions and, the Girl Scouts and all the different organizations, the churches. I'm going to try to see if I can get my church to do this, but I would love to see an old-fashioned ice cream social on the Sunday of that weekend.
I want to thank Janet Zayas for being my guest on this weekend's Public Affairs. If you would like to listen again, you can always go to kndyradio.com. Thank you for listening. This has been Katy Jeter with the Public Affairs program here on KNDY.